Crypto. Hello, my peeps. This week, altcoins are starting to see a little bump up. Things are getting a little exciting. The weekly prices have jumped up a lot. Now remember, these things have been suffering the last few days, right? So the question is, are we getting ready for maybe a mini altcoin season or a big altcoin season? Because some of these coins seem to be moving parabolically, going up. Let's look at the charts because I've got some news for you. Well, to understand altcoins, their performance, we always have to look at Bitcoin, but there are a few other metrics that we have to look at as well. The number one being Bitcoin dominance, because when Bitcoin dominance is in control and rising up, altcoins will suffer. Now, as Bitcoin goes up, you will see altcoin prices rise too, but Bitcoin is outperforming those altcoins, so you're actually really better off being in Bitcoin than your altcoin bags. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Your portfolio just won't go up as much. But when the Bitcoin dominance comes down and Bitcoin kind of levels out and goes sideways, that's the magic we're looking for. Now, where are we right now? On the daily here on Bitcoin dominance, there's a chance that we might see a short-term bump in altcoins. Now, will this be a major bump? It is too early to tell, but let's go over what we have here on the pattern Bitcoin dominance. This is known as an open and broadening pattern. So we got price going up, our swing highs are going up, and our swing lows are coming down, making this sideways megaphone pattern. Okay, the sideways ones, well, they're a little tricky. Now, there's a 60% chance it can break up to the upside, meaning 40% chance that altcoins will go up as this one comes down. This is what we're looking at right here, a broadening top. This is a top pattern. This is what it looks like when it goes up. This is what it looks like when it comes down. This is what we're hoping for. Now, there are some signs that we need to look for this, and it all has to do with what we call a partial decline or a partial incline. Now, where are we now? Price is coming down, and we are at that make or break level. There are some signs here showing that we could come down to the lower end of this pattern. That would be great for altcoins. That's what we want. Now, this could take a week or more to play out. We might see some signs of this over the weekend, but we got to give it a few days. Now, coming down to the 4 hour, let me show you what I'm looking at. We lost this level of support. So I've got a trend line running here from this candle bottom up to this area here. Typically, when market structure breaks like this, we will be coming to the downside. Indicators on the 4 hour are saying definitely, we can be losing in Bitcoin dominance and probably come back down to this area, about 47.38. Now, that is about, maybe a 0.5% drop right there. But it will help some of your altcoin trading over this weekend and next week. Now, one caveat I want to show here is that when we take this line, we copy it, we drag it up here. You see how well that this is lining up? We can actually probably even straighten this out and use this as our trend line, which is usually what I like to do. But let's also carry that down to the bottom here. Here's the situation we're really in. Even though it looks like we broke to the downside, when we bring this channel all the way back down to this wick, we can see that we're at the bottom of this channel. Now, there is a definite chance that we'll find support here, come back up, retest. And from that point, it could break on back up, or we could actually be breaking down to these bigger levels that we're hoping for. That's the caveat that I got for you. This pattern has not played out yet. So we've got to see, we have this support resistance level that we are at the bottom of this pattern, which typically is a bearish pattern and can drive us down. This is a critical line that we have got to break down below. Otherwise, this will be support, and we could be looking at some hurtful situations for our altcoins in the short term. So that's my warning. As far as Bitcoin dominance goes, we'll have to give it a few days, but right now, in the short term, I highly recommend that you do take advantage of some of the profits that you're getting on some of your recent altcoin trades. Now I want to take a look at total 3. Now this is altcoins minus Ethereum and Bitcoin. And let's look at this on the daily. Now here's something that is promising. It is in a shallow falling wedge. We had a breakout, fake out, another breakout again. And now we're retesting this trend line, and it's poised to come up. We are retesting this 200 moving average. Let me zoom in here so we can take a better look at this. Now, currently we are under the 200 daily moving average, and that's kind of bearish. The 50 is riding just right on top, tempting to cross over this 100. If it does, that's to the negative, okay? But we got a shot since we're right up here on this 9 moving average. That's the bullish moving average. When we're above that, we got a good shot at going up. We've reclaimed that, so that's good. So we could see a bounce up. The next area would be to test this 21, then up to the 50, in the 100 area. So there's a chance over this weekend, maybe into early next week, that we could see some improvements out of altcoins. Now, this is a retest of this trend line. That's typically a good sign. So there are some signs showing that we could possibly get an altcoin season. It will take it a little while, in my opinion, to actually kind of come into fruition, but Total 3 says that there is a very good possibility. The amount of money coming into all these little altcoins that we love so much and try to grow our wealth with, we could see $150 billion come into this sector. Let's say over the next few months. Possible. We have to keep an eye on this chart and also Bitcoin dominance that we were just looking at. So as I said, with Bitcoin dominance overall, we have found resistance at this level about 48.5%, right? And Bitcoin dominance is simply a measure of how much money in the crypto space is in Bitcoin versus altcoins in general. Based on a 100% scale right now, less than half the money is in Bitcoin. So these are some areas that we are looking at to determine a true altcoin season. And let me show you what to look for. Now, we have been finding rejection here. We found it recently in April. We also got rejected there again recently at the end of April. And on the daily, it does say we could have a shot for this to come back down and retest this 200 moving average, which would be phenomenal move for altcoins. If we get rejected up here, we will naturally just gradually work our way down to the bottom of this pattern, and that would be a true altcoin season. What we don't want to see is for this pattern to actually keep its stats and break out to the upside, because it does have a 60% chance to go up. Now, should this happen and Bitcoin dominance gets above this red line right at 49%, what I expect to see is that something will cause Bitcoin to go on fire. All the money will be going into Bitcoin. Altcoins will definitely suffer, especially compared to Bitcoin value. Bitcoin will steal the show. At this point in our 4-year market cycle, that can happen. And right here, when I zoom out on the Bitcoin chart, right here is a comparable area, 2019, as to where we are, facing a similar situation right here. This could be what we're looking at for Bitcoin when Bitcoin just absolutely took off. And this is what Bitcoin dominance looked like right there, kind of flagging out. And so here we are on the weekly for Bitcoin dominance. And I think this is very important because here, we don't so much have that megaphone, that sideways megaphone pattern as we do a rising channel, which is bearish and should break to the downside. And let me clear off some of those lines so we can see a little bit better. But I just want to point out that we are still riding this 9 moving average. We are still above that on the weekly, which is very, very strong. We've got to see a break from that point. We got to see Bitcoin dominance dip below 47. Let's just say 47.5. And then we can at least come down to about this area, retest this 21, about 45%, and that would give us a very, very nice move out of altcoins. So this is what we're hoping for. We have a chance, but it is, again, very bullish when we are riding that 9 moving average on the weekly. So all eyes on Bitcoin dominance at the moment, and also Total 3, just to give us a little advantage on how to read this market. But short term, say for the next week, just based on losing market structure right here, you will see some of your altcoins pop off. And if you are trading, I highly encourage you to consider taking some of that profit maybe a little bit earlier, because you can always get back in should this not pan out and altcoins start taking off if we break this level. I hope this has been helpful for you, just to kind of give you some guidance on what's going on. As we can see, we like these green weeks, and there are a lot of altcoins that have really suffered and got back to some bottoms that we have not seen since November, December last year. And it's been a great time to kind of build those bags and make a little bit of profit, because that's what we are here for. Until next time, my name is Lane, your Crypto Road Dog, helping to guide you through this crazy market we call crypto. And as always, just a reminder, you got this, baby.
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.